and I couldn't finish it very quickly, unfortunately. So we had to do a part 2. But, I mean, more Super Metroid is never a problem. We only have just I think Ridley, and then Mother Brain. So... what the fuck is a banister? It's like a Lannister, but they don't pay their debts. So the in-game time is 153, but, I mean... I'm probably closer to what, like 240? No, the banister, a banister is the top part of, like, the guide on the stairs, rail on the staircase, railing on a staircase, I believe. Also, KY, I caught you. I saw you. I saw that you liked the song I played. I'm glad you did. Crack open a cold whiskey. I had a little whiskey the other night, and, ugh. God. Always a good time when whiskey's involved. I usually, my drink of choice is Maker on the Rocks, actually. Hang on one second, I am gonna crack open a cold one. Give me a moment. You guys keep recommending. You're gonna turn me into a fucking alcoholic with my one beer a night. I have another one of those, IPAs. I have an IPA. And this is my last one. So I'm just gonna fucking... I'm gonna house it, guys. I'm gonna house it. Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm drinking. No, it's just, I figured since I had one during the previous Metroid stream, I may as well just, keep it consistent. But yeah, no, I have one of these Sierra Nevada IPAs. It wasn't terrible. So, cheers. It's my last one. Someone in chat just said, Vinny, you're becoming like my real dad. That made me unreasonably sad. So you should know, fellow nerds, that I'm opening my beers with a Han Solo frozen in carbonite bottle opener. Really? It's shaped like a bottle opener, but it's Han Solo frozen in carbonite. Hey. Show it? I'm sure you could just Google it, I think. Very cool. Yeah, it's not custom though. There's probably about 4,000 of these in the nearby 2-mile radius alone. Custom Lando Calrissian. That's a whole different story. Very cold. Very cold. Carbonite is very cold, yes. So... I have pretty much all the stuff I need, but what I don't have is the charge beam. Charge beam is still MIA. So I'm going to... here's my goal. Tonight's stream is find charge beam, defeat, Shitley, and then defeat Mother Brain. Did I hear new King Gizzard album? This is gonna become like King Gizzard's gonna release a new album every week. But no, I heard they collaborated, and I haven't heard the album yet. I did hear the new Queens of the Stone Age song, and I thought it was a little bit better than the previous one. Not loving this, this era of Queens. It's okay. I'm waiting for the full album. I'm not sure Mark Ronson... as much as I love Mark Ronson, I'm not sure I love what he's doing with the guys. It's decent, and listen, I love what Josh does. I think they're gonna do a good job with the material. but I'm a little bit worried about the production, and some of it just sounds like really, like they tried to go for a thing, but they didn't nail it. I could be wrong. I'm gonna reserve my judgment for the new album. You need to hear the entire thing, I think. Vinny, what do you mean by randomized? Well, the items are placed randomly. So, for example, if I were to go, and I'm gonna do this, because it's already on the way. Alright. If I were to go to where the plasma beam is, normally, in the randomized version, hang on. There could just be missiles there. So every item, except the morph ball, I think, is placed randomly, and you can find some of the best stuff in the game super early, or you can find some of the best stuff in the game really late, which means you have to use a bunch of advanced tactics and things get a little fucky. I kind of had a mix of good and bad luck, mostly good. I would recommend watching Hootie stream this if you want to see someone who knows what he's doing. On the harder difficulties, even the morph ball can be randomized, yes. So if you know Super Metroid really well, you'll know that this is where you get the plasma beam, right there. You can see I currently have the plasma beam. And it's missiles. So I went all this way for missiles. But that's life. That's life. So, let's talk about my vacation. Last time I streamed this, for anyone on Full Sauce, 10 years from now, long after I've given up streaming for a more profitable career in manure transportation, which I was stuck behind a manure truck for a little bit of the way. It was awful. It was absolutely awful, but no, really, I did go on a little vacation. I needed some time away. I kind of took a break from the internet. And, I went to Cape May, New Jersey, and Wildwood, New Jersey, which are right next to each other. I hadn't been to Wildwood since I was a kid. Like, I used to go on vacations there a lot, and, I loved it when I was a kid. It's got a very, like, kitsch 60s, 50s retro vibe, and it's kind of awesome. Like, I really loved it. My friend Owen was actually there, one of my friends. So I got a chance to, like, be alone, which is great, which I like. No shame in vacationing alone. But I also got a chance to hang out a little bit, which was also nice. But Wildwood, New Jersey, believe it or not, especially Cape May, is fucking beautiful. You wouldn't believe it's New Jersey. I shit on New Jersey, everyone shits on New Jersey. But Cape May, just Google pictures of it. It's amazing. It's really relaxing, it's beautiful, the food is great. I went to some fucking pancake house that had the best pancakes I think I've ever had. And Wildwood has got a really amazing long boardwalk that has, like, you know, carny games and arcades and food and just shirts. I have some stories about that, but it was a lot of fun. I mean, I only spent a couple days, but it was worth it. The weather was nice almost the whole way through. For anyone curious, it's about 2.5 hour, 10-minute drive. And yeah, I just, like, kind of hung out. Explored, drove around, walked around, did the boardwalk a couple times. Had a couple drinks. I'm not gonna check the spring ball location, that's too out of the way. I'm gonna head back to Crateria, and I'm gonna continue looking for this godforsaken charge beam. Did I visit scenic Atlantic City? No, I didn't. I didn't because I wanted to get back in a reasonable amount of time, but I do plan on taking a trip to Atlantic City at some point. And Atlantic City is such a shithole, but I want to go and just see it. Just hang out. Where's Pancake House? I think it's called Uncle Bill's. Spring Ball is literally right over there. Oh, you're right. Don't gamble the Twitch channel? What do you mean? Like, so if I go to Atlantic City and I say, fuck it, you know what? No. I'm just gonna avoid it. Since it's randomized, Spring Ball will likely be missiles. What if Charge Beam is in the one place you don't look? Then I have to do without Charge Beam. I'm going to search a little harder for Charge Beam in Crateria and Brinstar. Someone in chat said, I'm so happy Vinny went to Wildwood, that's my favorite vacation place. Dude, I think it might be mine too. I had a great time. You know, I had some really, I had a couple old ladies hit on me. That was fun. Can't beat it. Can't beat it.
You should come to Atlantic City. You gotta come to Atlantic City, then you get the real fucking gifts. You wanna fuck a grandma?
It was actually slightly uncomfortable and not, you know, I see people in chat like, Vinny, you should've went for the gilfs, man! No. Now, before I go any further and tell you more about my vacation, I'll show you a couple pictures. Just a couple. Because, why not? Here's what Cape May looks like. This is right across from the beach. And this is, I just remembered this place. This is a hotel that I remembered from, when I was a kid. I didn't stay there or anything, but it's really nice. And right across the street is an amazing, like, really kept beach. I told you, it's really nice. You wouldn't expect this from New Jersey. You think, when you think New Jersey, you just hear, like, you think landfill, trash, gambling, I guess, trash, again. Here's a nice picture of just the sunset, and this place is out, like, you have to drive out to it. This is what my parking spot looked like. Like, when you park, you're just there. And, in the distance is Wildwood. This is called, 2 Mile Landing. So, it looks like a swamp, but it's actually really not a swamp. It's actually kind of nice. Doesn't smell like a swamp. And, I'll show you. This is the place. It's just a really nice place that you go to eat, like seafood and stuff. And, again, I like the way the sun was. But it's really scenic. And it's surprisingly peaceful and chill. And then you get to the Wildwood Boardwalk, and then you see shit like this. That's a real baby. Baby doesn't even give a shit that this fucking crazed clown is just there. It's just there. I don't really know what else to say. It's just there. It was at a paintball range, actually, so you would go to the paintball range and you'd jerk off punks under the Queensboro Bridge for $5 a man. No, I'm sorry, I meant to say you shoot a live target. And they had just 2 clowns. Notice it says, do not touch, right on the crotch of the clown. So, I mean, I don't take a lot of pictures. I feel like I'd rather just experience it. So I don't have any more. But I'll show you. I have one picture of something I have. I'll show you that in a second. So I went to one of the arcades and they were doing like a poker tournament. I said, okay, I'm gonna be a part of the poker tournament. Yeah. And I think I spent like 40 bucks. And I ended up not winning, but I did like really well. And I got a bunch of tickets. And then I just kept hitting like 4 of a kind, flush. Let's see, there's 3 spots right there where Charge Beam could be. So yeah, it was pretty good. I actually ended up doing pretty well. It was like the machine poker, but they had like a connection to the internet of the arcade or some shit like that. And yeah, I was doing really well. I was hitting a lot of straights, 4 of a kind. I got a royal flush at one point, but I only put 1 coin in. Otherwise, I probably could have won, well, an Xbox original. These arcades, though, are scams. If you've ever been to one of these Boardwalk arcades, make no mistake about it. You can spend... Like, I remember this arcade in Point Pleasant had N64 games well into the GameCube era. And, they were really expensive. Like, the average price of the game would have been like 200 bucks for the amount of tickets you win on, like, menial shit. But yeah, you redeem tickets for shit prizes, most of which are just pencil erasers. And, fucking candy that's been there since the flood. So I would not recommend any of that stuff. But let me tell you something. For 40 bucks, I ended up doing so well at poker, just accidentally, that I was able to get a legit prize. And the attendant actually laughed at me when I said, "Can I get the bone throne?" She was like, "What are you talking about?" And then I pointed to it. Let me show you this fucking thing that I got. That's like, I would say, a foot tall. Maybe a little, a little bit over. I'm fine. So I now own this. And, I think it's the worst thing I own, but I love it. It's the fucking bone throne. And it's a cursed item. Yeah, my house is now haunted, I'm sorry to say. Again, another item that's been there since before the fucking flood. I don't know where I'm gonna put it, but it's there, right now. That's the first time I won something from one of those shitty arcades that I actually liked. But yeah, the rest of the time I just spent, hanging out, like, by the beach. Not on the beach. I'm not really a beach person. I like being near beaches. I like the breeze and all that stuff. Yeah, I'm old. But I also, don't necessarily like sand. Because it's... Review the food you ate there? Not amazing. Did you go to Jenkinson's? No, that's Point Pleasant. I went to, I just went to some... I got decent bar food. I'll tell you what was really not good. One day I got a Jekyll and Hyde cheesesteak from some place that's, like, really popular, apparently. I can't get this yet, right? Right, speed boost. Come on, charge beam. Come on, charge beam. Boardwalk pizza? No. Oh shit, look! There it is! Alright, great. Now we can head to, Lower Norfair. You know what's weird about this? It was just moved a couple rooms back. In non-randomized Super Metroid, the charge shot is here. So they just moved it back a little bit. Charge beam. Weird. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I got it. I'm happy about that. I'm glad I don't have to go back to Meridia to get it. Alright, so fuck that room. Let's just go back. Get Spring Ball. I'm good. I'm good. I can live without Spring Ball. I'd have to check every other place. So yeah, I don't have Grapple Beam. Grapple Beam would have been nice. For, the previous boss, but I don't really need that. Oh, I don't have High Jump. I don't have High Jump, or Grapple Beam, or Spring Ball. Those are the only items that I'm currently missing. Though I have high hopes I'll get at least one of those items in Lower Norfair. Sorry, taking a sip. Vinny, have you watched the newest AVGN? No, I haven't. I plan on it though. I think he did Game Boy accessories. Like I said, I kind of tuned out of internet for a bit. I did, however, when I got home, watch the new Red Letter Media review. And it was good. Alright, so I want to talk about something. I plan on doing a Game of Thrones recap this week. So I've been watching 3 major TV shows, as most of you know. And as you know, Game of Thrones, Preacher, and Rick and Morty. Those are the ones that I'm watching new episodes of. Just those 3. Game of Thrones, little stupid. Little sloppy. So, I wasn't crazy about it. It had some good moments, but it was one of the weaker episodes. And I had to think about that, because when I first watched it, I was okay with it, and then I was mostly okay with it, but some things didn't register. I was like, wait a minute, what the fuck is Tyrion doing? Alright, anyway, that's a whole different story. I'm gonna go into full spoilers when I do my Game of Thrones, thing that I do sometimes, okay? So, that, and Rick and Morty was okay. I said, it's amazing how they take a stupid concept and turn it into a good episode. But probably all of the episodes this season so far, in my opinion, have been weaker than Season 2, except the first episode. The one from April Fools. Good stuff. You know, not bad. Not my favorite Rick and Morty. However, the other show I've been watching, Preacher, fucking amazing episode. Preacher is fucking unbelievable right now. And I love it. And the previous episode was amazing, and the show is just getting better and better. Hairstar is perfect. Love it. Fucking love it. Oh, no, I'm not gonna spoil KY, don't worry. KY, I'll say this though, you're gonna enjoy the show. The comic and the show are different. More different than, say, Game of Thrones was Season 1. Hang on. I would say that the show, Game of Thrones, stuck to the books more closely in the first couple seasons than Preacher's been sticking to the comic. The first season of Preacher was like a prequel, The second season is very much more like the comic. I love it. I think it's great. It's different, yes. Some characters are different, some events are different. There's some nice new additions that I like. Here's the thing with Preacher. Even though it's different, the tone of the show very, very, very closely matches that of the comic. And it's funny, it's violent. It makes me sad sometimes because it's like, oh shit, this hits kind of close to home. I think it really is just a bizarre, amazing show that does really... Even though it's on AMC, it takes risks, and there's a scene in the last episode where, Herr Starr finds the puzzle piece, so to speak. Some of you know what's going on with Herr Starr when he finds it, and he reads Jesse Custer's file. That's all I'm gonna say. I can't believe they showed that on TV. Especially compared to what I was expecting from AMC. I absolutely expected less. But yeah, I'm really digging it. What's Vinny talking about? A show that maybe 5% of my audience has seen, which is unfortunate, but understandable. Vinny, should I read the Preacher comics? That's my favorite comic series of all time. So I would, without hesitation, unequivocally say yes. Someone in chat just said Normie TV. Read. I want you to think about what you said. I'm not gonna make any comments or snappy, snide remarks. I want you to just think about it. Okay, have you thought about it? Good. Now you're banned. Guys, I went on a vacation, and I got, like, I walked, and I got, like, sunlight. And I enjoyed, like, nature, and I drove around and stuff. Is that okay? Is that okay? No, right? Shit. I knew it. I knew it. No, KY is right. That's not supposed to happen. I fucked up. I'm sorry. I let you all down. Listen. Listen. I'll avoid sunlight more next time. I'm sorry. Also, I'm kidding. Hunter, you're not banned, obviously. In fact, I've seen Hunter chat plenty of times. He's aight. His password is Hunter2. Okay, finally, lower Norfair. Now, someone in chat is right, though. Sunlight is definitely... Like, when I say I got sunlight, I mean... not like sunbathing. I wasn't in the sun for an extended period of time to get a tan or anything because I like being translucent, and I very much like to avoid melanoma, as some of my family has had. So I don't like to sunbathe. I like to walk around, get some fresh air. But if I can sit under a tree and read a book, that's probably for the best. Vitamin D? A little bit. Anyway, welcome to Lower Norfair. You may recognize this song from Metroid Prime. And I fucking love this whole area. Vinny, why do you hate melons? Quite the contrary! Oh no! I watched X-Men Apocalypse while I was in my hotel room. Wow. Wow, that movie is such schlock. It's a lot of fun to watch though. I always do that. You know that? I always miss that fucking thing. Oh, hey, friend. Do you guys want to see a trick? I think this is how you do it. I watched Hootie do it, but I don't know if this is... So I have to... Hang on. So as I hit the X-ray, the shot counts multiple times. I believe? It seems like it's hitting a little bit. I'm not sure if I'm doing this right. Hang on. Let's try this again. And I'm not really doing it the way I want to. Okay, now... It's not working. You have to hit it first. There we go. Now it's being hit multiple times, right? It might even... No. Alright. You just... I think I did it a couple times. But, it doesn't matter. It's done. It was working the first couple times you did it. Okay. So I guess that's the trick then. I'll try it on Ridley. And hope for the best. Oh, fuck. There it is! There he is! I guess I need Spring Ball. Okay, place your bets. Missile, super missile, regular missile. The next thing I would really like would be just more energy tanks. Someone mentioned Atlantic City earlier. Vinny, what's the best thing in life? Atlantic City earlier. No, someone, I don't know. Steak? Someone, I don't know. Someone mentioned Atlantic City earlier and like, you know, why don't you head over to scenic, beautiful Atlantic City? Which really is just a shithole in a lot of ways, but it's so much fun. But the thing that's weird to me about Atlantic City, I almost never have any desire to go there until I hear the Bruce Springsteen song, Atlantic City. Specifically when he goes like this. When he does that, listen to the song again, and you'll hear it. But when he does that, I'm like, I gotta go to Atlantic City. And he makes me nostalgic for it. when he does that. Vinny, did you see the arms clown? Yes. I saw what little they've shown of the arms clown. I look forward to playing as arms clown and perhaps making arms clown my main. I hope I didn't just leave Lower Norfair. And not having high jump makes this even harder for me. I don't fully remember or know my way around as much as I should. Oh no, I didn't leave. I just needed to kill the enemies here and then I can get out of here. The X-ray trick doesn't work on Ridley. Okay. So, some humorous things happen on the boardwalk. Which is to say, kind of pathetic, but also really funny. The first thing I noticed was there's this ice cream called Polish ice cream. And there's like 5 or 6 of them. It's just like, you know, water ices. And, they have, this dude, like I guess the owner, saying, come on, like on speaker. Constantly. Like it's just a pre-recorded like clip of him saying, come on down to Polish ice. We got the best on the boardwalk. We got raspberry. We got rainbow. We got water ice. We got, what, you don't know what water ice is? It's just, it's like ice cream but without the cream. It's just like flavored ice. It's really good. Maybe look up Italian ices if you want to know what it is. But, like, this fucking guy is throughout the whole boardwalk. He's just like, you gotta come on down to the watermelon. You gotta get the flavors. We're voted #1 best on the boardwalk. And then you gotta come and get it. And he's just a dude, like, rambling. He doesn't have, like, he's not like an announcer. He's not, you know, he's not someone that, like, does voiceover. He's just like the owner. Raspberry, come on, get it. It's good for everyone. Get the raspberry and the watermelon and everything you want. And it's here at the Polish Ice, world famous, best in the boardwalk ever been. Like, and it's just a droning, rambling thing. And maybe I read into it too much, but the workers look fucking miserable. Like, they have to hear that for 8 hours every night while they're working. The same clip over and over and over again. Even if they don't look miserable, even if they're not miserable, like, my unfortunate reality is this. If I worked there, I would be miserable. Because that is butts. It's gotta be some kind of, like, torture method. So yeah, it's that's going on throughout the whole boardwalk. You're gonna hear that throughout the whole time you're there. And then you're also gonna hear there's a couple food places, one in particular, both nights had the same guy on the announcer. He was like, no, so you gotta come on down now, come on down, get the pizza. Get, food for the whole family. Get one food, get another food free. Come on down. And he just looked so dead on the inside. He was just a human computer. Like, they could have very easily outsourced his job to a recording, but he's got, like, a microphone, like a headset, like I do. And he's just like, come on down. Get one food, get another one for free, bring the whole family, come on down. And I'm wondering, like, if he has a quota of how many times he has to say "come on down," because I was there for like a couple of minutes, and I heard him say it dozens of times. So I'm wondering, like, if like a district manager of so-called Get One food place shows up and is like, "Listen, you're just not saying it enough. You gotta bring in more customers." People found the video? No shit. What did you find?
Great flavors: mango, cherry, blue raspberry, watermelon, chocolate, and a lot more. It was voted the best on the Boardwalk. There's no dairy, no fat, no cholesterol. Don't pass up your free sample. We have a lot of flavors too. Pick your favorite. Try something refreshing. Try Polish water.
Pretty much exactly that throughout the whole Boardwalk. And that was Ocean City, Maryland. That wasn't even Wildwood. So they're just, I guess that dude's everywhere. Come on down, get you. But yeah, the other guy was just like, he was almost like an auctioneer. Come on down. Come on down. You gotta get the food, and if you get one, we got corn, we got steak. Come on down. Really, really bizarre. Really, really bizarre. One dude, there was another recording who was talking about limited time only pizza. Half off, limited time, special deal. $1. Like the pizza was $1, but the recording was saying that it was a limited time special offer. Which confused me, because how could a recording at all times be saying that there's a limited time only special deal $1 pizza? And then he was throwing shade too. He was fucking throwing shade. He was like, the other pizza is greasy. Get yourself a nice slice.
Flavors: mango, cherry, blue raspberry, chocolate, and a lot more. It was voted the best on the Boardwalk. Don't worry about any dairy. There's no fat, no cholesterol.
Now that's from 2007. This dude that dude has been doing that for 10 years. Just that same recording for 10 years. What happens when that guy dies? And we're suddenly hearing a dead dude advertised to us. Are they gonna change the person, or are they just gonna leave it because it's so iconic? Holy shit. At least 10 years, perhaps more. I mean, it's madness at this point. No shit. Really? I just got the grapple beam here? Still no high jump. But that wasn't even the most despicable advertising. There was one place in particular that I actually had a moment. I laughed in the person's face, and I didn't mean to, but it was really funny to me. I hate these things. Give me a second. Here we go, there's 1, 2. Glad they weren't bunched together. That makes this a little easier. Having to only deal with... This is the only spot in the entire game that you fight these enemies that are immune to everything except charge when... I think missiles work too, I'm not sure. When they turn yellow. I know Hootie had a hard time with these fuckers a couple times. But anyway. Yeah, they're not fun. I got lucky. There is another pair? Okay, I forgot about the other pair then. But yeah, I got lucky that time because they weren't bunched up. Okay. Most hilarious sales tactic was I'm walking by a t-shirt place and they all had the same t-shirts. It was fake Game of Thrones, unlicensed Undertale, not kidding. Five Nights at Freddy's. Really edgy catchphrases on the shirts. You know, just like... really, really not... Really, really not stuff that you would want to buy for $25 because it was just a black t-shirt with something printed on it in white. So it wasn't really even, like, you can go online and get it for 12 bucks, 15 bucks, you know what I mean? So I'm walking by one, and this girl in a hood comes up to me, and she's like, and this is real, this is true, I gotta pause this because I want to tell the story right, it's not a long one. You know, I'm walking by and, like, you know, it's maybe like 10 p.m. and she comes to me, she's like, yo, you gotta check this shirt out. I'm like, what? And she points, she's like, yo, that one right there. And she's got a hoodie, she's got her hands in her pocket, casual as fuck. I'm like, no, I'm good. I was like, and then I saw she pulled out a card from her hand for 20% off. And she gave it to me. Huh. Super casual. No indication that she worked there until she pulled out the 20% off. And I took it and I just walked away. So that was one of the ways I was advertised to. There is another one. So I made the mistake of going into one of these edgy, like, Shady T-shirt spots. And, you know, I'm just looking. And 3 dudes assault me. Hey, you know, you need help? Find something specific? After Ridley. Hang on a second. Alright, it's Spazer or Plasma. No, fuck off, Ridley. Pretty well prepared for this fight, so... if I fuck this up, then... that's not gonna feel so great. Sure the X-ray beam trick doesn't work on old Rid? Stop that. Nah, mate.
Yeah, there you go.
Bab Metroid has escaped. Usually that's an E-tank. But your glorious reward for defeating Ridley in the randomized version is a nice missile. Enjoy it. So... anyway. I walk into the Shady T-shirt place. It's pretty big. Again, just catchphrases. You know, let me give you an example of one of them. I'm gonna regret even telling you guys this because I don't think the chat is gonna be able to handle this, but I'll say it because I think it's really just something that needs to be said. It was there. This was the slogan on the shirt. I'm not gay, but $20 is $20. that was by far the most popular shirt at these places because every fucking place had one just like that. Right? I saw like a 7-year-old kid wearing one of those shirts and walking down the boardwalk. And that made me kind of uncomfortable. He was with presumably his older brother or whatever. But yeah, it was a little weird. So that was the t-shirt, like, this is what they sold on the boardwalk. They said they had t-shirts. It was like catchphrases like that. You know what I mean? Like really, super cool catchphrases. Vinny, that wasn't his brother, that was his pimp. I shouldn't laugh at that. So anyway, despite me, hey Des, I talked about Sonic Mania. I've never played a Sonic game, and I'm probably gonna hold off on Sonic Mania. I'm gonna play my first Sonic game eventually with, Marissa. But yeah, I know a lot of people have been requesting Sonic Mania. I just kinda asked if people, you know, would give me the space about it. So I'm probably gonna not do that, but could be in a while from now, I don't know. Could be in a while from now, could be never. We'll see, but Sonic 3 and Knuckles will be first for me. I heard it was very good though, I heard it was very good, and I'm happy that Sonic fans have something that they can enjoy, I mean that. I know it's been tough. So anyway, the point is, I go into one of these t-shirt places. God, this is a long start to a very short story. And the dudes that work there kind of saw, hey bro, can I help you with anything, bro? I said, I'm good, just looking. Just looking. So I'm looking, I'm hating all of the shirts, I don't like any of them. The Game of Thrones shirts are clearly bootlegs. And then one dude with a big scar across his head, he looks at me, he goes, check that one out. And it's like a beer funnel shirt. You know, like it's some catchy phrase about a beer pong or a beer funnel, like funneling beer directly down my throat. He points at it, he's like, yo, you like that one? I said, I laugh. I'm like, wait, do I look like an alcoholic? He's like, nah, yeah. I was like, oh, thanks, mate. He goes, you drink? I said, no, not really, a little bit. He goes, so what, you puffing on that magic dragon? I said, no, not really. He goes, so what do you do then, man? Would you high on Jesus? I said, nah, I'm just kind of a little bit miserable all the time. And he looks at me, and he laughs like kind of a little bit, like a little smirk, and then his buddy comes over, bro, I got just a shirt for you. And it was like a shirt about bipolar disorder, and I was like, listen, mate, I gotta go. I was like, thank you, I'm good. And I just, they were like, no, check this one out, check this one out, check this one out. I just walked out, laughing. So, yeah, I would absolutely recommend you go into one of those bootleg t-shirt places if you go to Wildwood, New Jersey, because that was some cool shit. $25 a shirt. And then you go in there and then they ask you some real personal information about illicit substances. Which is, I didn't really mind. I mean, I thought it was kind of funny actually, but, the way that went down, someone could have easily had a shit fit. Shit fits could have been had. Or you can just, get bootlegs off of whatever fucking website has bootlegs. Do you remember the bootleg Vinesauce charity shirts? Teespring was not just Teespring, but a couple places. Some, human scum actually made a copy Vinesauce charity shirt and sold it for their own personal profit. There's bootlegs. I mean, there's bootlegs of everything. You know, I can't even keep up with it, so I don't have the time or patience or energy to keep up with it. But if you do that, I want you to know, you can eat a dick. I had one person email me saying, Vinny, can you sign this thing that we bought? Like, if we mail it to your PO box, and it was like a bootleg. I was like, alright, I just want you to know that's a bootleg, that someone's making money off the Vinesauce brand. But I'll sign it if you want me to. They were like, okay, thanks! It's like, alright, if it makes you happy. It didn't bother me, I just said, fuck it, that's fine. Yeah, the Vinesauce brand. You know, the mushroom? What's that green mushroom? The original green mushroom, do not steal. I would argue that it's different enough, but we're also talking about non-mushroom stuff, like just the V. We're talking about stuff that has nothing to do with the mushroom in any capacity whatsoever. But that's a whole different story. Vinny, if it was bootleg and you sign it, is it still bootleg? I guess not. Then again, I kind of love bootlegs. Alright, listen, let me clarify. You know, don't do it. But I find bootleg Marios to be really hilarious. So I guess I'm an asshole. I have auto tanks, I'll be okay. Here we go. Yeah, bootlegs at Wildwood in particular were fucking everywhere. So it's just an unavoidable fact of life. Oh, there's an E-tank. Nice, I'm glad I went in here. Breath of the Wildwood? You know, I'm surprised I didn't see that. Vinny, did you see any places selling iguanas? No, but I saw more depressed hermit crabs. But, the last two stories I told, the one with the, very casual girl in the hoodie, you know, who definitely wasn't trying to sell me a shirt because she worked there, and, the Super Bros, who were trying to, like, point me to beer funnel shirts. They were from, competing stores that had the same shirts. So I'm wondering if it was just, like, one owner, and they just own multiple spaces on the boardwalk, which I think that's the case for most of these people. But, in that case, it was a little bit intrusive. But you can see the tactics are very similar. So either there's competition, and they have to, like, up the tactics of the scum factor, or it's just one owner who's, like, harassed the customers. Is this the very lovable German streamer Joel? Said someone in chat just now. No. I am Bootleg Joel. I like that they got the nationality wrong too. That's good. No, I'm the the non-lovable Argentinian owner of Vinesauce, Yaniv, who likes gyros or something. I don't know. I'm trying my best here, guys. There's an item in the ceiling. Here? You know, if there's an item in the ceiling here, I actually never knew that. Next to the item room. Oh wait, I think maybe I knew this. Oh yeah. Yeah. Fucking Super Metroid, man. Still yielding... Because I don't think I've ever fully 100%ed this game. I always inevitably miss a couple of missile tanks. And I was never, enough of a completionist to go and find a guide and, you know, search every stone. I kind of did that a little bit when I was a kid, but never to the point where I 100%ed the game. And also, you forget about so many little things, too. Like, there's so many secrets within secrets. Within secrets. Just a second. Oh, God damn it. I hate that the chat scrolls up so fast I can't fucking click a thing. Yeah! Okay. Sorry, I'm back. Also, 1 second, guys. Be right back. Wow, you guys are impatient. There's a phone call. So, I'm back. What was the last thing I was talking about? I was talking about... Breadcrumb, Yiniv, cucumbers, hugs, Germa, shirts. Who cares? Germa needs a new keyboard. I feel like anytime misfortune befalls Germa, I'm gonna be hearing about it from now until the end of time. Is this true? Are we now inextricably linked? What happened to his keyboard? Hahaha. Move on, next question. He spilled beer on it? Oh fuck, that's bad. That's a bad omen. I have a beer in my hand right now. I did, I got a cold one. I told you, if you guys are gonna, you know, tell me to get a cold one, if I've got a cold one, I will have a single responsible cold one. If I feed you, then the meme will die. Is that how it works? Sorry, You're gonna call, like I said earlier, you're gonna turn me into a one-beeraholic. God damn it. So yeah, it looks like the charity shirts have been shipped out. I don't think everyone got their charity shirt yet, and if you didn't, and you want to know if there's an error or if you know, you want to get in touch about it, just to let you know, you want to contact Ownage. Go to ownaj.com and look for their contact if you have any problems. I wouldn't be able to help you, unfortunately, but I would recommend waiting a little bit longer. They had thousands of orders. So before you know, contact them, just know that they are shipping stuff out. People are getting their shirts. So now it's just a matter of waiting a little bit and getting yours as soon as they ship it out. And if they don't ship it out in the next, say, week, then you might want to contact them. Maybe give them like a week and a half. The shirts with pins will be a bit later since they're waiting on the pins still. Okay, thanks, Chromatic. It's true, yeah, okay, so if you haven't gotten your pins yet, a couple of people tweeted me about pins. I didn't know that the pins were delayed. I just knew that some people weren't getting their pins, but if that's the case, if that's true, then I would say wait a little, definitely wait until they tweet about it, or until they email you about it. And maybe you might have to wait another week or so. Okay, so yeah. There's that. There was another thing I was going to talk about, but I totally beansed it. Oh, the new Half in the Bag episode. Yeah, so there's a weird thing that happened with this Annabelle Creations movie. For those that didn't see the Half in the Bag review, this is a movie that came out, and the studio was blaming Rotten Tomatoes for killing Hollywood and for lowered movie ticket sales. And, what happened turned out to be a little shady. And one of the shady things is that for like a week or two before the movie came out, it had a 100% on Rotten Tomatoes from a series of like 16 reviewers. And then like a second NDA was lifted for everyone else, and then it lowered down to like 67%. So there's some speculation that what could have happened there was they sent screeners to reviewers that would favorably review the movie, and for everyone else they held an NDA, so you couldn't talk about it until just after the movie came out or just like a day before. So that's one. It's a little sketchy. Go to Red Letter Media on YouTube and watch their most recent video, and you'll see everything. They're not saying it's anything specific, but if it is, that's really fucking shady shit. Next, they also talked about a contest for this Annabelle movie where you could submit an idea, like a short film, to the studio, and you would get $50, and then another $50, but you'd have to sign away your rights to the fucking movie. So if you had a really good idea and they made a movie out of it, you basically signed away your rights to the movie. Signed away your rights to the point where you could only make like that certain amount of money. But then you get to have dinner with the director. And even if the movie made like, let's say $20 million, like a 20 million to 30 million profit, which still isn't that much in Hollywood, you wouldn't see any of that even if you wrote the fucking movie. Hey, I'm not a director, but $50 is $50. If the director isn't available to hang out and have lunch with you, you get nothing, by the way. Seriously, it is the most amazingly shady, bizarre shit, and Red Letter Media covers it nicely, so if you get a chance to watch it. If you've never seen Red Letter Media's channel, that's my favorite YouTube channel. Just type Red Letter Media, half in the bag, 130, I believe is the number. Vinny, the cost production of the short movie would cost more than $50. Dude, short film, if you want it to look good, and you want it to... You know what? Forget good. If you want it to look sub-decent and just above shit, you're gonna have to spend a couple $100. Probably a couple thousand. And that's to make a good enough product that the studio, and I don't know which studio it was, I forgot. And that's to make a decent enough short film that you get picked as a winner for the contest. Because, like, I don't know too much about making short film. I don't really know very much of anything. That's why I always say my opinions on this channel are not suitable for anyone, least of all myself or my viewers. Because, much like William Shatner says, despite him being 80-something, he's like, I don't know anything. But, I'll say this, having worked in public access for a bit, and having had friends that made short films, you need good lighting. So if you don't have... Okay, let's assume you have all this equipment. Here's what you need to make a decent short film. You need a camera that doesn't look like shit. That's a couple $100, at least. Probably closer to 1,000. You're gonna want audio equipment, like good microphones and stuff. Then you're gonna want a lighting kit, maybe several lighting kits. You're gonna need a computer, plus editing software, which could be free. The point of that is like color correction and everything. I love this part of the game, by the way. I know I'm talking over it. I already have a stream of Super Metroid where I take it all in.
Take it in. Cyrus, please.
That's on the Full Sauce channel. This is just me fucking around playing randomized. But there's the baby! My, is it grown into a nice adult. At the beginning of the game, Samus actually saved this Metroid and brought it to the space station. In the randomized version, that cutscene is not present. It's true, it hasn't properly matured into the other phases of being a Metroid. Didn't go through like Omega and all that stuff, Alpha. And it's just a very large, regular Metroid. But anyway. You know, if you're gonna continue doing this, yeah, you need good editing software, you need something that you can do ADR with at home. If you want decent sounding audio, here's a trick that'll ruin TV for you and movies. 70 to 80% of movies and stuff, the actors re-record their lines in a studio. So, say you watch Tyrion and whoever talking on a windswept field. Well, you may be wondering, how is the audio quality so perfect when it's clearly very windy? And the answer is, the actors listen. They listen to themselves talking. That's like a reference clip. And then they re-record the line in the studio on a good, you know, system, good microphone. And they overlay that onto the clip so that you have good audio, and then they just Foley everything else. And if you want your short film to sound good, especially if you're filming in, like, you know, your fucking basement, you're gonna need to do ADR. That's called ADR. So that costs a microphone. That costs, again, like maybe Adobe Audition or whatever your editing software is. Then you have to pay your actors. Making a short film is not easy. And I mean, James Rolfe made a lot of short films when he was young. But he didn't care about how great they sounded or looked, he just made them because he loved making them. Also, one other thing I wanted to say, and I think you guys are gonna have to tell me the name of it, I forgot. The fucking Indiana Jones thing. What's the short, there's like a movie made by kids. Like they made in Raiders of the Lost Ark a shot-for-shot recreation. I'm a floating brain! It was, okay, so these kids, over like 10 years, remade Raiders of the Lost Ark. And it looks like shit, but it's so amazing. I love it. I think it's just called Raiders. Can we have a save or kill the animals poll? Sure, both. Can someone make a save or kill the animals poll, please? Here's Brain Mama. It's like Cooking Mama, but she gives good brain instead. I'm so sorry I said that. Alright, vote. Desert posted it in the chat. Vote if you want me to save or kill the animals. If you don't know what that means, then don't vote. Well, I mean, you can anyway. Fucking sound effect. Rainbow beam! Good thing I have the Varia suit. This weakens the Samus. Rescue. Can I get a link to the poll again? Desert, can you hook a brother up? I need to know if I'm going to save or kill animals. Thanks, Desert. Save has 697 votes as opposed to kill with 300 and something. So, 66% have effectively voted for me to save the animals. Rip frames. It's okay, my time sucked anyway. Yeah, motherfucker. Metroid beam. It's just called Hyper. It's not the last we've seen of Mother Brain. Kinda. Unfortunately, Other M happened. But that's a whole different... It's a whole different story. It is a whole different story. It's a different game. I saw, on the Boardwalk, I saw some more crane games. And I saw some Mario and Luigi's. That looked like they needed rescuing. So I tried to save them. It was like 3 cranes for $1. So I said, you know what, let me see what this is all about. I know the crane games are bullshit. I know they're bullshit. I know they only work like 1 in 10 times. I know the whole deal behind it. But I said to myself, let me try it. Maybe this is time number 10. It wasn't. But I got Luigi. And the crane was actually working as intended. Well, you know, not intended, but it was working enough to get me a Luigi. And Luigi is on the way, and then BAM! The crane, like, bangs into the fucking glass really hard, and Luigi drops. And then the next time I did it, the crane was all limp-dicked. And then when it went to go drop, it's nothing. It again banged into the wall. So that's how it does it. It bangs into the glass. It's a really cool trick. So yeah, most of the time it doesn't have the strength to pick up a thing, and on the off chance it does, one of its fail-safes is that some of these cranes will actually hit into the side of the container at a high velocity. That's a fun one. And then there was a couple times where it'll actually like open and close really rapidly. Good shit. I have very, very little time here to do this. I'm doing it anyway, though. Animal saved! Not having the high jump is really fucking with me. I was gonna go to 1, but then I didn't remember if the fucking thing kept counting when you enter the ship. So, I was like, let me not give my entire chat a fucking heart attack while giving myself one in the process. Animal saved. There they are, you see them? They just shot out the right side of the thing. Not my finest moment. It took a while. But yeah, that's my public best. That's my PB. I told you, no matter how long it took me to complete the game, it would be a PB. I think Hootie's PB is like 1 hour and 14 minutes still. I said this before, I'm gonna just direct traffic towards Hootie's stream for really good Metroid randomized runs. This'll be my only one. But if you want to watch someone play that actually knows what they're doing, he can generally consistently beat this game within 2 hours, 2.5 hours at most. Twitch.tv/Hootie. That's right. So how are you, KY? How you doing, man? I want to thank KY for joining tonight. Alright. Thank you, KY, for joining on this evening. Oh, hey there, Imakuni. Couple streamers have joined. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Hope you enjoyed the Metroid. God, I love this fucking ending theme. It's worth it just to hear the fucking end theme. Oh, look at that. got sub 3 at game time at least. %77%. You know, for for the first time I did randomized, that was my best display of Super Metroid ever. I had sub 3 in-game hours and 77% item collect. That's actually pretty good. If I didn't totally fuck up on Crocomire and I died on another boss, didn't I? The two easy ones, the underwater one, Dragon. Vinny, you got a better first time than me, and I'm a speedrunner. Oh, cool. There's a masochist mode too. There's the speedrunner mode that you could do for the randomizer. I talked about this last time I streamed this, but it actually removes items, so you can defeat a boss, go into the item room, and there's nothing there. Nope, nothing. Could you imagine that? It's depressing, and it can put the morph ball completely in a different spot. So you have to do really advanced tactics to get things to work. Sometimes they don't, but you can also soft lock fairly easily, I believe, in the speedrunner mode. But without getting the morph ball first, you're going to have a hard time. It turns out that getting the morph ball right in the beginning is fucking necessary. But I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that game mode because that's just torture. But also, we got a chance to save the animals, so that's good. Thank you so much for watching. I mean, I feel like I'm not that great at this game, but I still had a lot of fun doing the randomized version. It was a really great way to experience the game in a different way. I love randomizers. I'm going to do Link to the Past eventually. I'm excited for that one. I'm going to do Zelda 2 as well. And I did a lot of Mario randomizers, so I might eventually do more of those. Also, there's another Super Metroid randomizer that randomizes the rooms. So the rooms that you remember being connected to each other will be random. That sounds like a really elongated asshole. I don't think I would like that one. But maybe one day I'll check it out. You never know. Only the most brave of Samuses would do that one. Getting stuck isn't a soft lock. Oh, sorry. I've been using the word soft lock incorrectly. Getting stuck. Soft locking is a different thing. I don't really know why I've been calling it that. I apologize. But I suppose there is soft locking as well. A couple people warned me against it. But anyway, that's Metroid. And that was great. See you next mission. Actually, next mission will be Samus Returns in just under a month. A new 2D side-scrolling, well, 3D, 2.5D Metroid game will be out in just under a month. I'm fucking excited. My fingers are crossed that it's going to be good. But I'm excited. So join me for Samus's next mission, which is just kind of an old mission, but at least it looks like it's going to be a good one because it's like totally revamped. So I'm excited. Anyway, stick around, take a quick break, and I'll be back with Super Metroid 64. Be right back.